You know what that sound means? It's time again for Group Chat After Dark.
Daylight edition, because it's still light outside.
That's not our fault. I mean, it should be dark out. It's just, climate change.
Winter time. It's winter.
It is not winter. Welcome, Magnet, to another exciting episode of Group Chat After Dark. How are you doing today?
I'm well. I'm excited to film this illustrious podcast for our global audience of 2.
Yes. Well, we get some listens overseas every now and then. Not every month, but every now and then.
Only when we talk about the good stuff.
Yeah. Which we'll get to that. We're going to get to that, the good stuff. But, here we are. It's been, it's a new month. It's May. Our last show was obviously for April. The last day that we recorded our show, I had just gotten my second vaccine. The next day, I almost died.
Now you are a ghost. This is actually a ghost of you recording this with me.
I did not.
That was in your will that I record this podcast with your ghost.
Yeah, and I appreciate that you're upholding my final wishes as my earthly body is no longer there. Because I was killed by the vaccine. The second dose did me in. And
the microchip got stuck in your lung, I think.
It did not go where it was supposed to go. It got loose. It broke loose in there. It wreaked havoc, and I expired. That's not true. I just was feeling very ill the next day.
You had man sickness, as I like to call it.
I at first I was like, no, it's not so bad. I felt like I had fallen and hurt myself, because it was sore from my elbow all the way up to my ear.
Did you have to buy a life alert?
I did not, but our son woke up at maybe 3 that morning to eat, and I could tell then. I was like, this is not good. I don't feel bad, but I can tell I couldn't pick up my water bottle with that arm. It was so sore. So I was like, yeah, it's probably not good. And then as the day dragged on, I became more and more lethargic and I didn't want to do anything. And I had the chills. I had a fever all day till about 8 o'clock that night. And it was not the most sick I've ever been, but I was certainly feeling it. But it was a good sick, because now I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah, now you have the power of COVID and COVID antibodies all together.
Yes, I do. And I have percolated to peak effectiveness since that day. So look out, world. Old Pammy is coming for you.
Now you can go to CVS without a mask.
I can. And I'm glad you brought that up, because mask mandates are we don't have one anymore. At the state level anyway. They just threw it out the window last week. So how do you feel about that?
That's confusing. It's really confusing for what I do for a living. So it's hard to make heads or tails of it, but we'll see.
I think a lot of people are having a hard time making heads or tails of it, because like you and I talked last week, I guess it was, the CDC, these are guidelines that they recommend. The CDC doesn't actually govern anything.
Right.
These are their recommendations based on what they've seen. So, they're like, hey, you can stop doing this. But I think a lot of people were confused by, well, that means we don't have to wear masks anymore. No, you have to follow your state's laws, your local laws, and even at a more granular level, if your state has done away with it, and your town, your region has done away with it, you still got to respect the businesses that you go into, because they might decide that they want you to wear a mask coming in, and they have the right to refuse service to anybody. So
do you feel like not wearing a mask places makes you a mask hole?
That's something I think it's causing a lot of confusion, because a lot of people I have seen say that they're going to keep, even though they're fully vaccinated, they're going to keep wearing a mask because they don't want people to think that they're anti-mask or anti-vaccine. So I don't know. It's interesting to see. In my time out in the world since the mandate has gone away, I've seen a lot of people still wearing masks. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, I think we'll be less sick overall. But now I wonder, like, will next year's flu season be like death?
Oh yeah,
Because nobody had it this year, so
yeah,
it's just out there mutating. But maybe we
yeah.
should just wear masks and we won't get the flu.
We could, I mean, I don't know. There's no good answer because yeah, if we keep wearing masks all the time, nobody's ever going to get sick, and then you get the cold and you'll die.
Or cholera or whatever other Oregon Trail diseases are
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, they'll come back in a big way and they'll just attack us because our immune systems won't have handled anything. So
Ben
who
was
knows? I
snake
don't
bit.
know. There's a snake in my boot.
Ben has taken a turn for the worse.
Trying to ford the river, you lost all of your supplies and Ben died. Classic. Well, cool. I'm glad that you really cleared that up about the mask mandates.
Young people, Oregon Trail is a computer game that's used to play on the computer. The computer is the device that you use to browse the internet before phones were available.
These are all things that are true. I've lived through them. I'm very old. I'm an elder millennial.
Ben, is it true that when you first used a computer, there was no color screen? It was just black and green.
I do think the first computer my family and I owned, it was black and orange.
Fancy.
Yes, it did. It was not a Windows operated machine. And I remember we all crowded around it and played this very simple bowling game that came on one of those big, actually floppy disks. And the ball went back and forth and you could see the little pins. And it was really just like a period and like caret symbols that made up the pins. And you just hit the button. I think you hit spacebar and it would shoot. And then randomly you would have this many pins left and you would have to try and get them. So yeah, it was, I'm pretty sure though it was like a DOS based machine. I don't know what it was.
Did they have shoes available for you to wear back then?
No, but we fashioned some out of leather skins and some thatch that we pulled off the trees. So anyway, now that you are being an asshole about how old I am, I would like to, even though you're being this way, I would like to congratulate you on some big news that you got today. You and your wife are now homeowners.
Yes, as you can see from this box here.
You don't know how to work compute cameras.
What is this? Here it is. This box is, I'm moving, so suck it.
You're gonna pack your whole house in that one box.
That's all I have. All I have is this one box full of stuff. I have a Captain Planet action figure, a John Cena action figure, and a blanket that I used to sleep on my little bed over there in the corner.
Yeah, so at the foot of your wife's bed, right? You curl up on a little bench.
Yeah, I
nice.
fit perfectly.
You do fit perfectly. Well, congratulations. I know you guys, we actually even mentioned this on the show many months ago about how rough the housing market has been, especially for you guys, because you've been trying to buy a house for a long time now.
Over a year now. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's been an adventure, but we finally did it. We got it where we wanted, so we're pretty excited.
I am also very excited to come over to your house unmasked, criticize your lawn keeping abilities, and figure out which room I'm going to pee in that is not designated for peeing.
And I have a fire pit now, so you can pee in the fire pit as well.
Fire
pits
are sacred.
You can now use the secret that I found out when I watched this documentary recently of what it was they were actually throwing in the fire on.
Yes.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah.
I watched that same documentary.
Yeah. And now I've blinked on what the substance was.
So, I was going to say, I can't remember what it was either. It was something really, it was like a cleaner or something, like a household cleaner or something, wasn't it?
Maybe.
It was something really simple that they threw in the fire to make it.
They were like, this is flammable, so we threw it in.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was. Well, that was a great secret that you just revealed.
Wow. I ruined that was a terrible setup. I ruined that one.
Yeah. Yeah. You really
We'll put it in the
screwed it.
show notes. We'll put it in the show notes
Yeah.
later.
We'll put it in the show notes. It's a great documentary. I believe it's on Hulu. It's called The Orange Years.
Yes.
It's about Nickelodeon's early days.
Yeah, Nickelodeon started as a different company or a different channel title.
Yes. Very regional channel before it went to become a network.
What was it
I
called?
did not either. Pinwheel, I think.
That's right.
Is that
Pinwheel.
right? Yeah. It was actually really interesting. It was a really interesting documentary. I watched that actually during my second vaccine day where I couldn't do anything.
And Coolio is on there, so that's a plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Coolio he's an interesting guy. Well, congratulations again. I'm glad the nightmare is over. Now the new nightmare begins.
Yeah, moving, fun.
The paperwork, the moving.
The paperwork was done about an hour ago, so we're moving pretty fast.
Oh, there's more. Just wait. They're gonna have you signing stuff for a month. And then you get to go in for closing, and then you get to sign all the rest of the stuff. It's great.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But who knows? It might be different. They might do more electronically now.
Oh yeah.
My home buying experience my last home buying experience was 2018, so it was well before
the before times. Yes,
the before times. So yeah, it could be all different now. I doubt it though. So congratulations on that. Now we need to get to the really pressing stuff. Michael, what is your Chick-fil-A rewards point status?
I had to weirdly reach over here because my phone is being picked up by the microphone. But let's see. Oh, I'm sad to report.
Don't worry, nobody actually watches the video version, so you don't have to explain your movements.
I'm sad to report I'm only 28 points short of platinum status. I have not received platinum status yet, so I didn't meet my goal from last month.
So, well, the thing is, we actually are recording this one in a more timely manner, so it's not quite yet the end of the month. So you still could make it.
It's true.
For the end of this month.
It's true. Maybe I'll order you a Chick-fil-A biscuit or something and DoorDash it to your house.
Oh, that would be great, actually. My wife's out of town right now, so I haven't eaten since she left. So if you could send me some food, I will contribute to your rewards points. Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe by the end of the month.
No, I'm on a budget now.
Be bumped up.
I have
that's true.
Curb my Chick-fil-A spending because I just bought a house. So
you are a homeowner now, so you are in debt massively.
Yes.
Like the rest of us.
It's a big number. I was not ready for it. And here we are.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Here we are. Well, now, Michael, speaking of big numbers, is it true? You were telling me this, and I think it's a lie, but is it true that Bombas is the most popular product that has ever been featured on Shark Tank?
This could no longer be true. I haven't watched Shark Tank in about a year, so I'm not sure anymore. That fact gets called into question. However, if you're going back to the office recently and you find that maybe you've outgrown all of your pre-pandemic office wear, check out Bombas. Make sure you use the promo code GCHAD after you click the microphone at the top of the page. That will get you. How much will you save using the promo code GCHAD?
I think, let me check my notes here. I'm pretty sure it's actually, 0%. You will actually save 0%.
0.00.
Yes. Yes. That was definitely actually notes that I have from our sponsor. It was definitely not junk mail that's laying on my desk.
And when you use the promo code, or don't use the promo code, Bombas will also donate a pair of Bombas to homeless shelters.
That's true, because as we know, because we've been doing this show for over a year now, the number one most requested item in homeless shelters is socks.
Yes. Now, did you ever find the pair to the Bomba that you bought?
My wife did find it. Yes, there was a bit of a scary situation. A couple weeks ago, I did laundry and only one Bomba emerged. And as expensive as Bombas are, I was very disturbed by that. Luckily, my wife found it. It had fallen between. We have one of those divided hampers, and it had fallen on the removal of the one hamper. It had fallen between, and then when I replaced the basket, it was covered up, so it was under, and nobody noticed it until the next time we did laundry. So it has been found.
I'm glad you located it. It's a luxury
Rest
product.
easy. It is. And they are very comfortable socks. I do have to say that. Now, let me ask you this question. If I were to order you a pair of Bombas, because you like, I know when you gain weight, you only gain weight in your feet. So
Yes.
that's where your quarantine 15 is gone to. It's
Yes,
just
it
your
goes
feet.
straight to the feet. Yes.
What size would I order for you?
I don't know.
I don't know how to measure foot size other than length. So I don't know how you measure a foot girth.
It's about the size of like a large spaghetti squash.
Okay. So spaghetti. Okay. I will use that as a measurement. Another follow-up question I have. If I were to order the Bombas dress socks, should I wear them while I'm welding?
You should not. We've been told on very good authority that they do not hold up well to welding.
Okay.
That
All
is,
right.
and we've been warned not to weld.
Yes. I've actually been warned multiple times not to weld in your Bombas. So keep that in mind if you go over to bombas.com and order your pair of socks and use that promo code GCHAD. Don't buy them if you're planning on welding in them.
Yes.
Use
Or if
different
you're a
socks for that.
welder, yeah. Get your hands out, something cheap.
Yeah. Something trash.
Fruit of the loom.
Yeah. BVD. Anyway, okay, Michael. Now that we've done another brilliant ad read for a sponsor that doesn't actually sponsor
They
the
do
show,
sponsor us. Yeah, no, you have to use the promo code.
definitely use that promo code, because they're going to ask, like, where are you getting this promo code? Now we could talk about what we're really here to talk about. And that is, it actually, for once, this stems from an actual group chat conversation that we've had.
Yes. Yes, it does. We're excited.
You had to explain a word to me recently I did not understand. I'd never heard the word. I didn't know how to pronounce it, and I didn't know what it meant. Will you care to share that with us right now?
The word of the day is cheugy or chug.
I'll see. I've never
Cheugy.
I've never heard it pronounced chug. The very old man article I looked up to read what it meant.
Yes, cheugy
phonetically. Yeah,
cheugy is an adjective. However, chug is an adverb.
Okay, I'm not an English major, but
I'm not either.
I'll trust you.
But chug.
Well, there you go. I've never heard chug.
You are a chug. So I guess it's actually a noun.
Okay. See, I've only seen cheugy, and that was because that's how you used it.
You can act cheugy or be a chug.
There you go. Well, if like me, some of our listeners are old and very out of touch, will you care to explain what cheugy means?
Yes. So cheugy is like, back in our days, the slang term was basic. Like basic white girl stuff, pumpkin spice lattes, Ugg boots, sweaters instead of shirts with leggings, that sort of thing. That is being a chug.
Those things are definitely they're trendy things at different times, or they have been trendy. So to be cheugy, you're slightly off trend. You're
trying too hard. Yeah,
you're trying too hard. You're a little too into something that used to be popular that is not necessarily popular anymore, and you might not know it. You're just stuck there.
Yeah, or
I think that's kind of how we all get.
Yeah,
that's how we all get once as we get older. It's like you just kind of stop with fashion, or it's like wherever you were at that age, you just stop. This is what I wear. Some people still wear cargo shorts because they hit that age and they're like, I'm not buying any more clothes, and they just have cargo shorts. So,
yeah, it's true.
Chugs. Well, that whole thing sparked the subject of this month's podcast, and that is, I'm going to test Michael's knowledge of
Thanks, Zillennials, for coming up with the word chug.
Yes, because this will end our 3-part series on youth in America.
It's been an in-depth examination of youth culture and subcultures.
We've talked about the generational war between millennials and Gen Z. And then we talked about Vine and TikTok, because that's obviously TikTok is everywhere now. And you, my friend, are a TikTok addict these days as a result of our show.
Probably because of my past my past interactions with Vine. I
Yeah.
fell into the rabbit hole of Vine, and then it was brutally ripped from my arms.
And you fell into the pit that is TikTok now.
Yes.
So to wrap up our 3-part series that I'm sure will win some sort of journalism award once it's all said and done, we are going to examine
It's hard
youthful
hitting.
slang. What's that?
It's hard hitting journalism.
It is hard hitting. These are the things that people want to hear about and the things they need to know. So I'm going to test your knowledge today, Michael, of the youthful slang. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there thinking, oh, they've gone over this list pre-show. Please explain to the people that I told you there would be a list, but I did not give you the list beforehand.
Yes, he did. And then I was 15 minutes late to the recording of the show, so there's been zero show prep done.
That he was very late. I did not point that out. I was very patiently waiting. However,
Yes.
now that he's called it out, I'm very angry about it. So this
I was
list just
looking-
got twice as long.
I was looking for my Blue Yeti microphone. It was missing, and I found it.
Well, I'm glad you found it because it's a very good microphone. Let's jump into this, Michael. I have some slang terms, some slang words, and some slang terms here. I'm going to throw them out to you, and I want your honest answer. If you know what it means, awesome. If you don't know what it means, let me know. If you need me to do it like those kids on the spelling bee and you need me to use it in a sentence, I got some examples of a lot of these.
Okay.
I can't give you the language of origin or anything like that, but I can give you some examples. I can use them in sentences for you. So, okay. Are you ready to test your youthful slang knowledge?
I'm ready. This is my final answer.
Here we go. You're such a chug. Okay. Starting it off, this is a phrase. Have you heard the phrase a whole meal?
I think so, yes.
Okay, let's hear. What do you believe that to mean?
So in the use today describe people as a snack, like they look good, and they're sexy. A whole meal is like really looking good. Like they're not just a snack; they're a whole meal.
You are much hipper than I thought because I really was hoping this was going to throw you. Yes, that is true. My definition here, ripped right from this article that I'll put in the show notes, is if someone is looking good, they're a whole meal. Yeah. This phrase does have somewhat of a sexual connotation, so use with caution.
See,
you're good, man. Because I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw him with this.
I watch Queer as Fuck.
That's not what it's called. But I was not expecting that. So thank you for that. You threw me twice. You knew what a whole meal was, and you got a really good Office reference in there. So thank you. That's pretty much our show for the month. So, you always say go out on a high note. I don't think we're getting any higher than that. So that's it.
Classic.
No, okay. Well, I have to keep beating this dead horse because I prepared all these terms because you're not going to know some of them. You have to, because I know you're hip, but you're getting older now. So I know you're going to be missing some of these.
Yes.
So I'm going to move on to the next if you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
As I know now you're feeling pretty confident.
I was born ready.
That you crushed that first one. Okay. The next one, there's actually two words mean the same thing. Bop or banger.
Yes. Well, banger is like the old term for like that song is like really catchy, gets stuck in your ear, and like bop is like the same thing but like a little different. Like bop is like gets your head going, and like a banger is like damn, it's an earworm.
You are I mean, my list here says bop or banger is if a song is really good or enjoyable, it's a bop or a banger.
Yeah.
You are 2 for 2 on the youthful slang. Do you look these things up, or do you just hear them used?
I have a lot of yous in my life. Currently, I work with a lot of yous in my job, and so I pick up on a lot of these things that they're
talking. Because I got to say that's not one I've heard in real life. So I was not aware of that term. I'm many years older than you, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to the next one. And this, you're not going to get this one. You're not going to get it. And if you do, Corey owes you $20.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Dead ass.
Dead ass is like serious. Like I'm real serious. Like dead ass.
Son of a bitch. How do you
serious.
know that?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Yes.
Jesus. I gotta say, I really thought at this point in the list we would have had at least one that you didn't know. Deadass, I have heard. I've heard deadass, so I knew that one.
Yeah.
But yes, the definition here is for real, definitely, seriously, I agree. So it's in the affirmative.
Yes.
It's I deadass just want a car.
Yes.
Really? Deadass? Yeah, like, seriously. I just want a car. So
yes.
wow, I am impressed because
Boom.
I mean, I you know what's the longer you go and you keep getting them right, it's just gonna make it that much sweeter when you fuck one up.
I'm going to. It's
Can't
coming.
wait. I can't wait. Okay. All right. Here's another one. I have not heard this one, which doesn't mean much, but this was new to me as of today. Drag.
Drag. See, this is tough because it could mean a couple of things. But I think it means like come at somebody, like speak bad upon their name, talk bad about them.
A drag, I regret to inform you, is exactly that. Damn it, how do you keep getting these right?
That was a Cardi B. That was a Cardi B reference.
A drag is a roast or an insult. It is generally used in the term drag me.
Yes.
For example, if someone says to you, your feet are really smelly, you might respond, wow, drag me.
Yes.
I've never heard this term, so I think it's made
related.
Up, but...
Related is a dog walk.
A dog walk?
Yes. Yes. If you dog walk somebody, you embarrass them.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, you've nailed them all so far, which is very disappointing. Because I was really hoping to embarrass you. I was really hoping to dog walk you here. See, I'm already using
you did
things
it.
that I learned today.
Yes.
Yeah. I was really hoping to take you on a dog walk, but that's not happening here. So, all right. Okay. This one, I threw it in here mainly for the benefit of our older listeners. I think everybody knows this one at this point, but so it's not going to shock me if you know this one. But can you give me the definition of the term extra?
Extra. Yeah, extra is related to Cheugy. However, they're slightly different in that extra is like being overly complicated for basic situations. Like when you order Starbucks and you order like a grande latte, half skim, half almond milk, 4 pumps of sugar, sprinkle of cinnamon, and caramel syrup. That's extra. When you could have just ordered a latte.
That is very extra. The official definition I have here is someone who is out there, extravagant, and loves taking things to a whole new level of flamboyance.
Yep.
So that one, yeah, that one's been around. I thought, I had to put some softballs in here too, because I really didn't think you would have nailed them all at this point. But you are proving to be very hip. I thought I was going to be a few notches of hipness above you after this because I looked up all these definitions, but you're still teaching me new ones with like dog walk and whatnot. So
yes.
Anyway, all right, okay, all right. This is another one. It's been around a while. All right, so finna.
Finna, yeah, finna. Like I'm finna make dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to do something. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Finna, I feel like doing, I'm going to do. So, like, for example, I'm finna get some food.
Yeah.
I'm going to go eat something. I'm finna ace this test. I'm going to do well on this test.
Spoiler alert, he did not do well on this test.
He did not do well on the test. Michael is doing exceptionally well on this test, which is amazing and disappointing all at the same time. So, well, okay. All right. This was a new one for me today too. Maybe not completely brand new, but it was new enough. The term glow up.
Oh yes, like someone had a glow up. So like they used to be kind of like a little chubby or something, and like time has gone on, and now they're like hot and sexy, and like dogs have a glow up when they look like goofy craze balls when they're like age 1, and then they grow into their arms and legs and they look normal, so they had a glow up.
That is true. It is a transition in which one looks better than they did before, usually over a
Yes.
longer period of time. Uh,
Yes.
I feel like this one has to have originated from, because the example I have is, oh, you look weird in this picture. And the response would be, well, that was before my glow up.
Yes.
Uh, I think this has to have come from the awkward adolescence,
7th grade.
where
Yeah.
yeah, that in between kind of that middle school, when you're really just lanky and awkward and goofy and chubby and pretty much all the things above, and then all of a sudden you kind of grow into your body, and
Yep.
that's why, like, and it happens quickly. So it's like, here's a picture from 3 months ago, and here's a picture now. Oh, well, that was when I had my glow up.
Yeah, people do it
Uh,
now with like their freshman year pictures and they're graduating. It's like
yeah,
this was my glow
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I definitely feel like it comes from that awkward phase, because we all go through it, where it's just, some things get too big, some things aren't big enough. You're just you're not really fitting your body just yet. You're all elbows and knees, and you got the baby fat in your face, and
Yep.
just that awkward transition of from child to adult. So yeah, I think that definitely that has to be where it comes from. I don't know for a fact, but it has to be. Okay, this one might not even be real. So, head ass.
Man, head ass. Is that like, I guess if dead ass is serious, head ass is like the opposite? Like, ha, I got you, head ass.
It is not. It is this one. Like I say, I can't imagine, like, head ass. I could understand being a thing, like a term, but the definition to me doesn't really fit. The definition of this one is when something is annoyingly mushy, cringeworthy, or borderline dumb, it's head ass. So, for example, did you see he posted another anniversary pic for their 3rd month together? That's so head ass.
Ah. I
Yeah, it didn't really.
don't think that one's
So I
caught
can't
on.
even I can't even fault you for not knowing that one, because I just don't feel like it's a good. Because to me, head ass, to me, just hearing it, I would think, oh, you did something really dumb.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it does say borderline dumb. It's head ass. Yeah, like it's saying somebody made a really bonehead move or something like that. And I guess maybe the definition was just poor. Maybe that's what it does mean, but this article did not do it justice, because I thought that's why I
Ah,
threw it in here, because I was like, this one's kind of a left turn.
you stumped me.
So yes, well, I can't take points away from you for that one, just because I don't know, that the definition may have ruined that one. So we won't fault you, but you can redeem yourself with this next one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hype beast.
Hype beast. Yeah, that's like something that's really popular, and then it kind of dies off. So like something is a hype beast. Like, I'm trying to think. Like Harlem Shake was a hype beast for like a couple of months, and then everybody got off that train pretty quick.
Yeah, that is very similar. This definition is describing a person as being a hype beast. Uh, it's someone who only likes things that are hyped or super popular. So
Ah,
basically defining somebody as a trend follower rather than a trend setter. You get the LeBrons because everybody has the LeBrons, and you wear the flat bill cap because
yeah.
everybody wears the flat bill cap. I can't even think of things that are trendy right now because I'm too old. But yeah, if you're a hype beast, you have all the brand name stuff that is currently popular, that is currently hype. You are
Yeah.
the epitome of what is popular now, because you just follow what is popular now rather than have your own style.
Yes.
Yes. So, but yeah. So yeah, that was close. That was close. I will say. I mean, I'm sure a hype beast. You know, it could also. I'm sure a lot of these also have more than one
Ah,
meaning. I'm sure you can interpret these different ways. As a matter of fact, there's one on here that is very much used. It even the definition even says it's used in any context. So we'll get to that one. All right, this next one is it's another phrase. It is left me on red.
oh, that's well. So that's uh, only an iPhone thing. But if you turn on your read receipts on your phone, it means somebody read your message, but they didn't reply to it. So
Exactly.
they're fucking with you basically. Like, ah, you're not important enough to reply to.
Yeah.
I'll leave
When
your
someone just
message on
reads your
red.
text and doesn't respond, they left you on red.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's. I feel like that's a very and yeah, the I think the read receipt is a very iPhone thing, but I think I leave people on red all the time because I'm not somebody that sends a text that says okay or you know like I don't know because I don't know, it drives me nuts when somebody texts me and I'm like, okay, we'll meet you there at 7 o'clock or whatever, and they say K. I'm like,
I
and
like
I
to
get
use
it.
K.
Some people are like, I don't know, a lot of people do, but I just think it's a waste. I'm kind of a dick when it comes to texting anyway because
You are a dick
I
because you
get
can't
irritated.
spell.
No, I can spell fine. I just can't type. Um, I what I mean is when somebody like sends me, and I'm sure I've mentioned this to y'all before. When somebody sends a message that is like four separate texts when it could have actually just been two sentences put together. So it's like they're texting as they're thinking the thought rather than
I'm
thinking their response.
I'm like a grade A offender of that, so I can't say very
Most
much.
people are. Most
Yeah.
people are. I get. I'll get six text messages from somebody, and it's one thought, and I'm like, you couldn't have just wait before you hit send. And it's just me being old. I get irritated when I get six text messages in a row to read one thing. Because if somebody's texting me six times, I'm like, oh shit, somebody must be dead, or somebody really needs my attention, and it's like, hey, did you see this? Ha ha ha! I thought it was so funny, and it's like each one is its own message rather than one message. Like, hey, did you see that thing on TV last night? I thought it was really funny. What did you think about it? Like all as one text. I
See,
get
I think it's like it's like you're using sentences or whatever, like in real
it's yeah.
conversation. So
It
that's
is
why people do it.
definitely a yeah. It's definitely because I've actually been called out on Reddit for complaining about this. I commented on something about I don't remember what the post was, but I commented, I was like, I don't like it when people do this. And a lot of people were like, why? It's just language. And there were people that saw my side of things, but there were a lot of other people who were like, this is how I do it. And that makes, perfect sense. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just a jerk about it. So I guess
I'm
I'm just a
surprised
jerk.
you commented on Reddit. That's a dangerous game.
I comment on Reddit all the time. I'm a huge
Nice.
Reddit commenter. Yeah. Only in certain communities though.
I have an account, but I just lurk. I've never
Yeah.
posted anything.
I'm active in a few different communities, ones that I know are positive rather than
A
uh,
cesspool
the
of
the the cesspool, the toilet that is most of the internet. So, uh, I check them out before I comment. I watch them for a while. So, okay, all right. Here's another one for you that I've never heard it used, but I can use it in a sentence if you need it. Uh, no cap.
oh, that means you're not lying. It's not fake.
That
Yeah.
is true.
And cap is the
I'm
opposite of
being
that. It is
serious.
fake. Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
cap. I've never heard that. So okay, damn it, Michael. You're good. You're so hip.
Yeah. That's a
All right,
recent
well,
one.
what
That's a
about
TikTok thing.
oh, okay, okay. Um secure the bag.
I don't know that one. You got me.
Would you like me to use it in a sentence?
Yes.
Did you hear she's dating that really old rich guy?
Ah,
Secure the bag, sis.
okay. So
So
it's get that money from somebody.
Yeah, it's doing whatever you need to do to get your money, securing your riches and finances, even if you have to be slick about it.
Bag alert.
Major bag alert. See, we're hip. We know that.
Yeah. Wendy's.
Wendy's. Yeah, I'm hip. All right. So since you knew this one earlier, this is a throwback to one we've already covered. A self drag.
Ah. It's an insult of yourself. Like, ha, got myself. Like you're being self-deprecating.
Self-deprecating humor. That's exactly the definition.
Yeah.
Self-deprecating humor, dragging or making fun of yourself. That's a self drag. I'm really good at self drags.
You are really good at self-drag.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works though. I think it works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good at it. Actually, that's probably one of my best jokes I ever made completely by accident was at work one day. And I said to a coworker, "Oh, I'm a huge fan of self-deprecating humor." And then we both just kind of stopped for a second. And then I kind of like looked down at the floor and was like, I'm just no good at it. And he and I both lost it. And I told him, I was like, I think that's it. I think that's the funniest joke I'm ever going to make. And I've peaked. Yeah. I was like, I think that's it. Because I did not say I'm a huge fan of self-deprecating humor just to set that joke up. It just occurred in the moment. And I was like, oh, this is a great joke. So it's like my peak humor. Nice. And I'm still proud of it to this day. So yeah, I'm good at self-drags. Except I'm not, because it's funnier if I say I'm not good at self-deprecating humor, because that's the whole point. Anyway,
you ruined it. You ruined it.
I did. I ruined it. You know, because jokes are really only funny when you have to explain them. When you explain it ad nauseum, it's much funnier than if you just let it live. So I'm glad I did that. All right. Well, this is another one that you not only got the first one right, but you went ahead and defined this one as well. So you may as well do it again. Snack.
That's when somebody's looking, real tasty, like they look good. Mm-hmm. You look like a snack.
It says the definition from this fancy article says it is similar to a whole meal, but with a lighter version. Someone who looks like a snack when they're looking good.
Yeah.
So it's you're looking good, but you're not looking good enough to be a whole meal.
And it's like, snack with 2 C's, SNACC, snack.
It's like, to put it in really old terms, like a snack would be like, oh, you look cute. As a whole meal would be like, oh, you're looking hot. Those are the difference. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I'm trying to bring it back. You don't never know who's listening to this thing, Michael. Could be some really old German guy. And he's like, oh, I don't understand that these are my terms. And then I did that. And he's like, bingo, subscribe, bought some bombas, use the promo code. All right. This one.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Incredibly offensive, but we'll let it slide since nobody actually listens to the show. The next one on the list is Steez.
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 Steez nuts.
Got him! Got him!
No. But no, that's not it. But that's pretty good. I mean, if you're gonna get it wrong, you may as well get it wrong, like with a hand grenade, and you did it. So good job. Steez is when someone is effortlessly stylish or has a distinct style. It's their steez, or they've got steez. So you can be steez or you can have steez.
Interesting.
There you go. Okay. See, I'm so much hipper than you, Michael.
Yeah, you can read.
You're such a nerd. All right. Okay. This one is another one I feel like it's been around a while because I have heard it I've heard it from people that I'm like, you're probably too old to be saying that. And you looked it up on one of these lists. And I've heard it in popular television and media, weird flex, but okay.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. That's like somebody's doing something like it's weird to you, but like you don't want to tell them they can't do it. So you're like, weird flex, but okay. Like that's a strange take, dude.
Yeah, it's when somebody boasts about something that nobody really cares about, or it's something strange, or when they're doing a humble brag, and it really kind of falls flat. Like, hey, I could put my whole fist in my mouth. I mean, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
You do you.
Right. Yeah. Snapchat popularized that one with their stupid
Yeah.
Bitmoji filter.
Yeah, you love a good Bitmoji.
No, I did not. So that
I
dancing
think
hot dog, he was pretty sweet.
our Bitmoji's Cheugy at this point.
Yes. So much. Yes.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Right here, breaking the trends on Group Chat After Dark. Bitmoji, total chug.
Facebook, Cheugy. Drinking coffee with two hands, Cheugy.
Wait.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Drinking coffee with two hands?
You ever see like in TV and movies and like moms and stuff?
Oh yeah. Where they like
drink.
they're all bundled up and they. Okay. I was like, well, okay.
I
it didn't
love
make sense,
coffee.
but I got the image. Yeah, because it's usually like a girl with like a sweater that's just a little too long, and she's kind of got the sweater pulled up. She's holding it, and she's like, yeah. Okay. I don't know why that just escaped me.
That home art that's like it says like it's like canvas and it's like bless this mess. Cheugy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. The which I love the fact is my wife and I, we are not big fans of like the live, laugh, love, the
kitschy stuff.
Yeah. As well, as a matter of fact, when we moved into this house, there are nail holes all over the place. Like they didn't fill them in or anything. They're just like every available wall space has like a nail hole in it. My wife was like, I bet these people were like live, laugh, love sign people. And I was like, that's a pretty good point. Because I still find them. We've lived here like going on 3 years. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. And I still find new holes above like all the doors and everything. So I'm like, these people had to have, because you don't have that many pictures. And you don't put pictures of your family in your bathroom. Like, so they had to be putting up these kind of the sayings, and like they I forget who is it, the insurance company that does the becoming your parents.
Yes.
Yeah, those commercials are great, and that was one of their more recent ones. Is he throws all the signs away. He's like, do we really need a sign that says this? No fussing, no cussing. So yeah, okay, total. But you've heard it here. Total chug on the Bitmoji, total chug on the signs that say things that don't need to be said. All right, Michael.
Do you really need to be reminded to live? Really?
Okay, here we go, Michael. This is the one you've been waiting on, because I know you know what it means, and it's, well, I'm not going to ruin it. Hit me with that yeet.
Yeet is when you just take something and you huck it really far. I'm going to yeet this.
Has so many different uses.
Yeah, it does. And I guess it could also be like consuming something really quickly. Like, I'm going to eat this hamburger right now.
You can, the definition of yeet is complex and versatile word that can be used in pretty much every context. Example number 1, see you later, yeet. Example 2, hey, do you want an apple? Yeet.
See,
example 3, the state of the economy, man, yeet. Like, you can just throw yeet into anything.
I don't agree, because it's a Vine originated. It's originated from Vine, and it's this kid in a high school, and he steals somebody's binder, and he takes it, and it's a crowded hallway, and he just throws it as far as he can down the hallway, and he yells yeet, and he fucking chucks it down the hallway.
See, I've never seen that. The first time I ever saw yeet in a Vine was the clip from The Lion King. He's holding Simba up off the rock, and then he like brings his arms back, yeet, and he yeets him off the rock like little baby lion cub Simba. And and as a matter of fact, that was in one of those 1,400 Vine compilations that you made me watch on YouTube on my TV at my house, and that was the first time I ever heard yeet.
Classic.
So yeah. Well, apparently Yeet has taken on according to this article anyway, Yeet has taken on a much bigger life of its own. It is now, it is probably the most versatile term on the list, or maybe in the entirety of human language, because it looks like you can just throw Yeet on anything and it works. So.
Like, oh man, my car broke down. Yeet.
Yeet. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like at this point, Yeet is whatever you need Yeet to be. But I will have to check out the kid throwing the binder, the original Yeet, because
Yes.
I didn't know. I'm so unhip that most of the time these things are not cool by the time I hear about them. Yeah, I'd say pretty much all the time. As a matter of fact, that's where hip old guys came from. We said
Yes.
by the time we found out about the internet trends, they wouldn't be trends anymore. So hence we do them when we find out.
Yeah.
Yes. So it makes sense. And I'm only getting older and less hip. So I'll have to check that out. But Michael, you crushed my list of terms here. I think you only didn't know 2 of them. And one I'm going to blame on the definition. And
Yes.
yeah, the other one could just be completely made up. So I'm impressed. You are much hipper than I thought. I thought you were going to know a handful of these and not know just as many, but you crushed it. You yeeted that list.
Yeet.
Yeet. Matter of fact, I think for our next month's show, I think for June, we're just going to say yeet back and forth with different inflection and tone for an hour.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I think that's what we should do, and we just call it the Yeet Show, and that will probably be the thing that puts this podcast on the map. Be like, have you heard this fucking podcast where these 2 guys just yeet back and forth at each other for an hour? Like, it's not funny, and then it is funny, and then it's not funny again, and then it's funnier, and it keeps getting funnier the less funny it is. I think that might get us some real sponsorship if we just do the Yeet Show.
Oh God. Yeah, and I feel like it would get really popular, and then we'd have to follow it up, and it wouldn't go well.
Yeah. Oh no, it wouldn't. But we'd have the ad dollars at that point. So
see ya.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember when John Krasinski at the beginning of the pandemic, he was doing some good news.
Yeah.
And it was getting really popular and everything. And then he sold it. Some people approached him and they were like, hey, we want to keep this going. We want to buy the name and the format and everything. We want this. And people were like, he's such a sellout. And I remember thinking, be like, you damn right. If I was making a show in my house and somebody approached me and was like, hey, we want to buy this from you, your boy's going to sell out real fast. I mean, absolutely take
he
everything.
Doesn't need it. He gets a $10,000 check every 2 minutes from the office.
Well, hey, you know what? Still, you gotta make hay while the sun's shining, man. Like you're not always gonna be making that money. So hey, take it. I will just say, if any of our stuff ever goes, if somebody's like, hey, I'll give you 10 grand for that, fucking sold, man. You can have it. Absolutely. I will sell out real fast over and over again. I
don't blame you. I'm the same way.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like if somebody came to me tomorrow and be like, hey, we got our own group chat and we've got our own podcast called Group Chat After Dark and we're really crushing it. And you're a competitor. We'll give you $500 for the name. Fucking sold.
Yeet.
Yeet. See ya. Yeah. I'm going to sell out as fast as I can. As a matter of fact, somebody offered me, I got an email one time. Somebody offered me some money for the URL bkblog.net. And the only reason I didn't sell it is because it seemed like a scam. But somebody was like, hey, we need this for something, we'll give you this much money. It was a few $100 or whatever for the domain. And I was like, I may have to sell this, but
just for owning a $5 domain or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't get attached to anything. Cause if somebody came to me tomorrow and said they want to buy Hip Old Guys, it's fucking gone, man. Like,
oh, sorry. Sold it.
And they don't want the graphics, they don't want the concept, they just want the name. Fucking gone. It's yours. So just don't. I hope that if I ever am famous one day, somebody finds this stuff and be like, He told you, he told you years ago that he was a fucking sellout. He's not a sellout now. He always has been. So that's my hope. That's my legacy, is that I have no qualms about being a sellout.
You know who is a sellout?
Who's that?
David Pumpkins. Any questions?
I gotta say, I did not see that coming. I should have. I really should have. But I didn't. So I guess that means I am I am head ass. I think I used that right. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Michael crushed the list. We want to thank you for riding along on this 3-part series into the youth of America. I'm guessing it's mostly in America, but we'll see. We're not going to talk about young people things next month. We're going to talk about something else, something old, something, I don't know, something musty, something that smells like an old basement, maybe a fart, something like that. So tune in next month for a new episode of Group Chat After Dark. Topic yet to be determined. It might be the Yeet Show. I don't know, but that might, I don't know. That's really going more into the youth, and we're trying to get dank and musty with this. So anyway, you can find us on pretty much any podcast platform you want. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, Podbean, iHeartRadio. I don't know. Anywhere you find a podcast, you type in Group Chat After Dark, you're probably going to find us. If you didn't know that, you probably wouldn't be listening to this show, so I don't know why I'm telling you. But if you do find us, and you find any of this entertaining, like and subscribe and leave a rating and blah, 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 because then maybe one of these days, Bombas will be like, hey, we're going to yeet you some money. Yeet. I'm so hip. All right. You can also find us on the RideThatDonkeyProductions.com, DukeHouston.com, ToddSux.com, BKblog.net. That's a real working website, and it will blow your mind. But if you want to buy it, it's for sale. Everything's for sale. And on that note, we'll see you next month on Group Chat After Dark.